Hello, my name is Dwight Gillespie, and this is the Change Your Life podcast, or YouTube channel, whatever the hell we are. I don't know. Welcome back. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell, just so you know that when we're downloading or uploading or whatever the hell it is Walter does with this stuff. And by all means,
shoot it out to the universe.
Shoot it out to the universe, yes. Comment and share it with your friends by all means. Anyway, today we're going to start a series. We're going to do four different things of this. And you'll see me in the same shirt, even though they'll be released at different times, because we're going to do all these back to back. And I want to talk about four things that you can do to guarantee yourself a mediocre life. And that's what we're about here, right? This is breaking. What is it, Walter? Breaking?
Oh, the mediocrity.
The cycle of
mediocrity.
Yeah. Walter's throwing out right now. Anyway.
I was checking the levels.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a break, man. Stop fucking with me. Anyway, we're going to have T-shirts made up too, if we're not infringing on somebody's copyrights. Anyway, today, all right, we're going to do these four things that'll they're going to keep you grounded in that cycle, right? And the first one that I want to talk about is comfortability, right? Being comfortable. And this is an interesting topic, right? Because one of the things that we talk about, right? Part of a mediocre life is living the easy life. Like people look for the easy life. And what do you say? People say, well, what do you want out of life? And they say, I want to be happy. And to me, there's no worse goal in the world than happiness. Because first of all, happiness is elusive. Happiness is a feeling, just like sadness is a feeling. Anger is a feeling. Like these are all feelings. And to be happy, and you see this in a lot of people in society, I want to be happy. So I don't know what gender I am. I don't know what my sexual preference is. I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to do anything. I got to find myself. Like everybody's looking for this elusive happiness and to be happy all the time. And they believe you have to be happy all the time. And a lot of that comes from this idea that happiness is equated with comfortability, right? And people get very comfortable in a particular life. And there's something on the other side of that comfortability, because comfortability comes at a price. And we were just talking about this before we started. And the price of comfortability is conformity. You know, you have to conform. And when you conform, you're comfortable. And what does that mean? Well, I go to work in the morning, come home, I eat my dinner or I order my dinner. I don't eat well, but it's what I like to eat rather than what I should eat. I sit down, instead of reading a book, I watch the Idiot Box and I settle in for another night of yet another rerun of some stupid show that I've seen a million times, and I can pretty much know the script word for word, and I'm comfortable. Well, that's the downside, is that you can go through that, and one day it's Groundhog Day. It's the same day over and over and over and over again until you die. And other things will happen along the way, and maybe you'll get jarred out of it. But here's the thing about it, right? For me, if you really want to lead a good life, you have to break out of that comfort zone, right? Nothing ever gets accomplished inside a comfort zone. Nothing. Because why change? I'm comfortable. It's okay here. It's safe. That's the thing. We fear getting outside of that bubble, right? I had a conversation with a friend today who talked about it. I'm comfortable here, he tells me. I'm good in New York. I know. I have friends. I'm good. But you sound miserable. You just told me how hard your life, like you're not happy. You're depressed. Something isn't right. But you're comfortable here, right? And that's what it is. You become comfortable. There's a thing about it's called the boiling frog, right? You put a frog in a thing of water, tepid water, and you put that water on the stove, and you turn on the flame, and that frog will stay in that pot until it dies. Because it's comfortable and it becomes used to the heat, and then the heat gets too intense and the frog doesn't leave, right? It's what we do, and that is the cycle of mediocrity. Because you sit there and you're comfortable to a point of non-existence. And this is why I say, if you want to get that way, because here's what you can do, right? Here's what you can do. Instead of venturing out and doing these great, wonderful things that people do, having these adventures in this great life and finding the mate of your dreams and like not settling for things in life, right? Here's what people do. I don't want to do it. And this is prevalent in our society today. Let the government take care of me. I'm going to sit home, collect some welfare, get some food stamps, Section 8 housing, and just be comfortable. And I'll go out on the first Tuesday or the second, whatever the hell it is in November, and I'll vote for anybody who'll give me more. Just promise me more. Tell me it's not my fault. Tell me that my life is somebody else's responsibility. That is conformity. That is comfortability. I'm comfortable. I'm being all my baser needs are being taken care of. Why should I venture out of my comfort zone? And there's only really one reason to do it, and it's because it's the right thing to do. To venture out there, to make something of yourself. And I know people that they don't work. I've known people that they've never really had a full job. I'm one of 7 kids. As far as like, I'm the only one that retired from a company after 25 years of it's 23 and a half, right? Anyway, of working for the same company continuously, a pension and all this other good stuff. Because people get used to this. And there are other people who are more than willing. Let me tell you something. And they're out there, man. And so many of them. It could be your spouse. It could be your significant other who's more than content to keep you that way. I have another friend, and here he is. He's with this person. And they seem to have a very tumultuous relationship. Let's just put it that way. And every now and again, they break up. And what does he do? When he breaks up with her, he goes to the gym. He starts eating well. He gets fit. He feels good about himself, right? And then for whatever reason, he lets her creep back in. He takes those fun because there's some part of him that wants that conformity, that wants that comfortability, that's afraid to go out there and hold out for a better person, for somebody that is deserving of his love, his attention, and all this other stuff, right? And as soon as he gets back with this person, he stops the gym. He puts on weight because this person wants him that way, wants him to be unattractive to other people, right? Why? It's a form of control. Who else would want you? You hear a lot of men say that to women. I'm the only one that'll have you. You're lucky to have me. Look, who's going to want you? Look, you're fat, you're lazy, you're stupid. You're lucky to have me. No, you're not. But you're comfortable with it. You're comfortable with it because it's something you know. To venture out, to give up that fear, right? Because fear is what motivates humans. We are motivated by fear from the time we were primitive animals. We're motivated by fear. We're motivated by starvation. We're motivated by being excluded from the tribe, right? The worst thing that could happen to primitive man, to Neanderthal, or the early man was to be excommunicated from the tribe. That was death. And we hold that with us today. We'll do things. We were talking about a great book, Battalion 101, Ordinary Men, it was called. And it was this idea, read it. It's fascinating about men who just these ordinary guys who during World War II went into Poland and they were part of these execution squads of these Jewish civilians. It was horrible. But the reasons that they did it and to be excluded from the tribe was unthinkable. To go against the tribe. It's Jordan Peterson talks about if you can't identify with the villains of history, then you've learned nothing from it, right? Because we all like to think that we aspire to this higher calling, that we would be part of the 5% that didn't turn Jews into the Nazis during World War II. But the fact is, 95% of the people did. Yeah. And then what happens was they turn their back. We didn't know. Well, we didn't know. How could you not know? Where did you think these people were being brought? Where did you think they were going? Well, it doesn't matter because out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it, it's not happening. And I can turn my back on it. And even though I turn my neighbor in, I don't have to think about what the consequences of that was. Out of sight, out of mind. It wasn't me, right? I did it for the good of my family. Instead of standing up for morals and virtue and integrity and all these other things, you let it go. And that's comfortability. I'm comfortable. I don't want to rock. I don't want to step outside. That fear of being left behind by the tribe, that fear of taking a chance. Stephen Pressfield talks about it in The War of Art, that one of the greatest fears we have is that we're going to have to leave behind if we become successful at what we're doing, right? As a writer, I'm a writer. I am a writer. I write, right? And as a writer, what keeps you? What's that resistance that keeps you from doing it? And it's a great, he really hit it right on the head. It's the fear that you're going to be successful and that everything that you know will be left behind. The people, the places, the things, all of these people that you hang with that are conformists and are comfortable and complain and bicker and all this other drama that goes on. You're going to leave all that shit behind. But what happens is what you don't understand is that you will pick up another tribe. You know, I have a great friend, my friend Alphonse, who I love. Alphonse, if you're watching, I love you. And he talks about it all the time. He says, never hang around with people who don't have your best interest at heart. And you know if they do or not, because if they're willing to excommunicate you for the tribe, for standing up for something that's right, then you don't need to be around these people. You don't need them. Get out of there. You'll find a new tribe. And I've been through this at different stages in my life. And I know this to be true. You know, one of the things, I mentor a lot of men, and you get angry at people and you get frustrated. And I say, well, tell me somebody you were angry at 5 years ago. Well, what do you mean? I said, well, 5 years ago, I'm sure you were pissed at somebody. Who was it? I don't know. It's exactly. These people are insignificant to your life overall. I need people, right? And I say this all the time, just like my recovery process, right? I need recovery. I need this. I need a 12-step program. I've tried it without it. It doesn't work for me. Not that it won't work for you. I don't know. I'm not trying to tell you. But I also need food. And I equate everything in my life now because I've lost a lot of weight and I'm doing well. I eat well. I eat very well. I don't eat processed foods. I eat things that are all natural. I have salad, fruits, vegetables, all that stuff, right? I eat well. I need recovery. But when somebody's trying to feed me McDonald's, I say, no, thank you. And I leave and I go to a better store for better food. And I do that. I bring that quality into my life. And I can't worry about that. My comfortability level is less important to me. And I will put up with the slings and arrows of people rather than do what I know to be wrong. Yeah. I stand up for people that need standing up for. This is why people talk about, I'm a pro-life guy. And I don't get into this much on here, right? I'm pro-life. Because to me, I'm standing up for people who don't have a voice for themselves. And I believe in that. I believe in it. And people, you don't have a uterus, you don't count. Well, in today's day and age, you don't need a uterus to be a woman. So there.
I'm a woman on Wednesdays.
See, I'm Barney the dinosaur on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to kill myself. Anyway.
You get a T-Rex text.
Right, yeah. Anyway, listen. So this is the first in this. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't be so comfortable because when you're comfortable, it means you're not moving forward, right? You're not going outside of that comfort zone to see what you're really capable of. If you really want to know what you're capable of, push the boundaries of that comfort and you'll find out. My name is Dwight Gillespie. This is Change Your Life, and you can change your life. I want to wish you all well. Be well. Have a great week. Again, subscribe, like, notify, all that good crap. And we'll see you. Alphonse, be well. Thank you for everything. Bye.